Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey everyone, how are you today? I hope you're staying in good conditions. Yes, because right now I would like to invite you to discuss about a hot topic that by the title is Our World Environment. But before we talk further about this topic and we discuss it together, it is important to know that, firstly, I would like to introduce myself to you. Hi everyone, my name is Bagus Virman Kurniawan, and I'm from from planning department of Universitas Jember. And here I'm bring this topic because I want to inform you more about the essential thing of our environments. And the reasons, because environment is a universal thing that nowadays their existence has been threatened by so much acts of human such as, yeah, all kind of human actions such as illegal logging, illegal mining, throwing rubbish randomly, and others has been becoming the matter of fact that those are exactly and calmly done by us. So even more now, there are some acts that done by human to heal our environment back, but instead, if we heal our environment, of course there will be other other inhabitants and other doers that try to damage our environments. It is a paradox that come and grow in each year and it cannot be stopped. So that's why here I would like to I would like to invite you to think about the essential and the important of environment for our life in order that we can realize and we can aware about the importance of it and why we should care about our environments. But before we talk further, let me define what is environments exactly based on my perceptions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, environments is a place where we live together with animal, plants as a God creature peacefully against finding the world prosperity. So basically, environment is everything existing around us, including water, wind, atmosphere, animals, plants, and everything that we can live alone without them. Means that everything in this earth should be cared by us and we should live together peacefully and without carrying anything in around us, so our life will be so much unuseful and will be broke for the next, believe me. And this content of presentations will be contained by some comparisons of environment's condition in each countries such as Indonesia, Singapore, and Swiss, and others. Yes, are you curious of these presentations? So let us take more intentions toward me. Okay? Before we talk about what is or what the damage, what the impact if we hurt and we don't care toward our environments, firstly we should know what is the differences between a healthy environment and a damaged environment. As we can see that Swiss is the first rank of countries with the most healthiest environments in this world. Yeah, we can see from the picture that the conditions of the environment is really green. There are there are little or small carbon emissions spreading in the atmosphere, and it is far different with another picture that that give us an perceptions or a, an opinion that this situation is really unclean, or we can say it's very dirty, because there are many rubbish, trash, and plastic that spreading in the river, and it is inappropriate, I think. For the next, we can see there is a carbon capture energy in the Swiss. It is a good innovations from human being, because we know that every day we use a transportations to go from one place to other place, and from the vehicle itself or from the transportation it produce a carbon emissions in such large amount, and if we use it every day in daily, so we can think that how much and how many carbon emissions that we release to our atmosphere. And by the innovations of this type of energy, that is carbon capture energy, we can we can feel much better that by this technology we can reduce the carbon emissions filter in the atmosphere, so then the atmosphere will be coming back to healthy as long time ago. But unfortunately, it is not exist yet in Indonesia, because we know Indonesia is still a developed country that still have much time to prepare ourselves to be an advanced country as like others. So let us let us think it more, and let us struggle together to make this happen. Uh, well, for the next, I'll show you a map that contains of countries with the healthiest environment around the world, where we can see by those 6 countries they are most existing in European. Yes, there are Swiss, France, Denmark, England, and others. Why a country with the most healthiest environments are existing there, not in our beloved country Indonesia that plays it especially in ASEAN? Because we know nowadays that an European country are mostly are an advanced country with much of innovations of technology. So it is a common reasons that why Indonesia haven't reached the same position as them, because we are still a developed country and we still have much time to study and learn more about how we can be an advanced like them. uh, for the next, we can see the number of inhabitants in Indonesia at 2021. There are more than 200 million people existing in our country. That's why, based on Human Development Index, Indonesia places the fourth rank of most populated countries around the world. Wow, it's a big amount of number, right? Whoa, by that big number, aren't you proud? Well, let's see to the next slide. Okay, here we know that there are more than 200 million people existing in our countries as a society. And if we think it further, for instance, in one day, if we if each person produce at least 0.7 kilograms of rubbish each day, so it means in all entire Indonesia, we can we can count and find the result that there are more than 100 million ton trash that we produce each day. Wow, it's really a big amount of trash. That's why we often listen and see that there are many cases that our rubbish and our trash that we throw it into the sea, it can appear and arrive in another countries. Wow, because that big amount, ladies and gentlemen. uh so then what do we do next? We as a society, especially as the young generations, we can select and sort the waste types, so we can make a differentiations between an organic and non-organic trash in order for the recycling system of the organic waste. It can be easier for the worker and for the government. Strengthen the law of waste by punishing the doors of garbage carelessly is the best way to decrease the number of trash and rubbish in everywhere. Okay, next. Wow, we can see the innovations in other countries such Swiss and Singapore. In Swiss, we can see that they are differentiate the rubbish or the dustbin into 5 types. Wow, it's so many, right? Than what we see on our city. They divide the kind of the rubbish into 5 types in order they have and they know what's the difference of the functional of the rubbish, so we can be more easy to recycle and to reuse the rubbish that we have been thrown into the dustbin. And for Singapore, they also have a good innovations on how they can decrease the amount of rubbish and the amount of garbage in their country, that by existing and by instilling a tax payment for someone who throw rubbish randomly, it is very effective because we as a human, of course, we think that money is an important thing that we should own and we should keep it rightly. And if we throw rubbish randomly, so we should pay a tax for to the government. So it is an ineffective way for us to think as a society, right? So by not throwing rubbish randomly, we can keep and save our money in order our money is not only Humpty Dumpty to be gathered by us. This is a good idea, I think, from the government. If we instill it and we conduct it implement it in Indonesia, I think the amount of people who throw rubbish randomly will be more and more, getting a big number of decreasings. And next, what is our purpose for Indonesia future in these conditions? Where we can see how do we can change the condition from the dirty conditions into a healthy environment as below. Maybe we can instill the awareness of our society and reminding each other on how important environment for our life. And by that way, hopefully, our friends and all people around us can realize about what is and how much the important of environment toward our life, so they can damage it. And for the next, we as young generations, of course, we always use mobile in everywhere and anytime. So by maximizing the functions of mobile itself, hopefully this way can help us to make our mobile to be more functionable thing for us. Let's be more care toward our nature by following such this icon on your social media to improve our awareness about the urgent of nature as part of environment aspect. By seeing this, hopefully we can more care and respect toward our environment's conditions. Well, next we are stepping into the conclusions, and now because the time is also limitless, I will tell you a little things that I learned from the nature. In a journey with nature, people receive is far more than what they seek. Yes, we get much more than what we need in our from our environments. So thus keep the nature and our environment rightly, because then our environment that will keep us rightly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying very thank you to all of you because you have been listening carefully to my little description and my little explanations about our discussing that is our world environments. Uh, is there any question from you? If you if you wanna ask something to me, just you can write it down on the comment box below. Okay, everyone, thank you for your nice attentions. And the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next time.